What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the weird side of the internet. Today, we're gonna be looking at something I found on my recommended, and I like to say, when I read the title of this video, I was surprised that this could happen, but the main thing was that I was very disturbed reading the title of this. But at the same time, I'm very curious how you run over your child in a lawnmower. So yeah. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Lawnmowers can be fascinating to children. They may just see them as a toy. But did you know that each day here in the U.S., 13 children end up in the ER for a lawnmower-related injury?
What? 13 kids a year are ran over by lawnmowers or injured in some way by a lawnmower? If you're mowing the lawn, parents, I would like to recommend to keep your kids inside of the house if they're that dangerous. And how do you find that interesting as a toy? When I was a kid, I stayed away from that. Not only because I knew it can kill me, my parents told me, hey, if you go close to that, it will cut you. My father told me this story once about one of his co-workers or something. He was messing around with the lawnmower, cut his hands off. He cut the fingers off his hand. And that story haunted me, dude. I'd never touched the lawnmower. Well, I mow the lawn now because I'm more mature. But back then, when I was younger, I stayed away from lawnmowers because I knew I could get seriously hurt. And that story also prevented me from staying away from lawnmowers because I don't want to lose my fingers. I need my fingers. They're one of the most useful things in the human body. So I don't know how kids find a lawnmower interesting as a toy. But you know, every kid's different. But I'll just, if your parent or family member is mowing the lawn and you have a kid, just keep them in the house.
This is parent Sean and Melissa's story.
We have a sizable yard that we mowed with a riding lawnmower, and that was me and Rowan's special thing together. Go! Whenever I mowed the lawn, he would always come running and want to jump on. He just loved it. He'd sit right on the lap. He wouldn't make a sound. 6 months ago, I needed to mow the lawn. Me and Rowan went outside to do our thing, and we finished the grass in the front yard, and we were on towards the back. Rowan was thirsty, and he wanted a baba. He wanted to go in and get a baba. I let him off and ran inside. So I started mowing forward, mowing back, have him going backwards.
You're mowing backwards. So it was your fault? I don't know if like the kind of lawnmower he's using has rear view mirrors, but if a lawnmower has the capability to go backwards, I feel like you should have some type of mirror or rear view mirror of some sort, just so you don't accidentally run over your kid.
I'm looking behind me, and I'm looking to my left behind me while I'm reversing, and he was behind me and to the right. I ran over him. I don't remember how I got him out from underneath it. I don't remember how getting in the car. I just knew that his arm looked like it was barely holding on. The only thing, as far as I could tell, I was holding his hand on was the skin. I could see his bones in his thigh. It looked like a bomb had gone off.
Okay, guys. All jokes aside, that sounds very, very, very horrific. Not a very good thing to see your kid with barely any skin on his arm. That's probably something you don't want to see your kid. That's one of the main things parents don't like to see their kid as injured in some horrific way, and especially in a way where the parent feels especially responsible for it. In this case, the father is going to definitely feel responsible for the injury caused by this kid, and in some way it kind of is his fault, but at the same time it's kind of also the kid's fault. So again, if you're mowing the lawn, keep your kid in the house, or make sure like someone else is outside with you if you have a young kid, just so they're supervised, so this doesn't happen. Because again, in the beginning of this video, they mentioned about 13 kids a year are injured or killed in some way by a lawnmower. So again, if you have a kid out, I would recommend supervision. I don't think that's even a word. I just said that on the spot. But yeah, I do recommend your kid being supervised if you're mowing the lawn.
I heard screaming. Then I heard Sean ran upstairs and he started yelling, I hit him, I hit him. I didn't prepare myself quite for what I was about to see.
Get in the car and go. When we got close to the hospital, he was continually bleeding this whole time. You know he's in trouble because how much blood can a little 3-year-old have? And he started to get quieter and started to whimper. Melissa's screaming. She starts screaming louder. She's saying, no. She's saying, we can start calling his name. She's like, we're like Rowan. She's like, Rowan. She's screaming, Rowan. And I look over. He's not making any noise. And you're thinking, he's dead. He's dead. I remember walking in the emergency room there at the trauma center. And all I saw was white coats. And I just remembered angels. I was just so happy to see just a room full of doctors. I don't know how long he was in surgery. I know it was a while. I'm just assuming that he's going to lose his arm. He's going to lose his leg.
Yeah, he's going to lose his arm. You think? They're definitely going to amputate the arm or do something to it because, like you mentioned, there was barely any skin on his arm at this time. And I think he was 3. A 3-year-old doesn't have that much of an arm at 3. So, yeah. You basically fucked up his arm. So they definitely got to amputate it or do something to it to, help him.
So they come to talk to us. And then she said, missing his toes. But then she said they were able to save his heel. And she said that's encouraging because you can still walk on the heel pad. I'm like, okay, they're starting with the good news. And here comes the other surgeon to tell me that he's going to lose his arm.
The doctor told us he was going to keep his arm, he was able to keep his hands, he had all the blood vessels and nerves still intact to keep his hand alive. And we knew that it was going to be a long, hard road, but the doctors, the surgeons, they gave us hope.
I will always feel guilty and sad. I ran over Rome. Now, looking back, never would have let them be outside when I'm mowing the lawn.
Yeah, that's not a good thing to happen to your kid. You definitely will feel responsible if your kid is injured in some way. Yeah, that's not good. And like I said, they're gonna have to take off the arm or do something to it because you basically messed up his arm. But he was very lucky to keep those tendons and muscles intact. That's the good thing. If those weren't there, who else would have happened? But luckily, his tendons were okay, and I'm happy hopefully he's able to function properly. But at the same time, I'm also happy that now that this has happened, he's being more cautious with his kid and not letting him outside when he mows the lawn. And that's good. But I'm pretty sure whenever he goes on the lawnmower now, he gets this flashback of him just running into his son and tearing him up. And that's not a very good thing to have to think of when you get on a lawnmower is a flashback of you tearing your son's right arm apart.
Melissa and Sean join us, and the pain as you recounted that story, the pain I see in your faces now is there, but I think you're incredibly brave to share this story. And this is, I'm sure, something that you would prefer not to have to talk about.
One of the things that's helped me is talking about it and being open about it and the struggle that it's been for us and our family. And not just that, but turning such a tragedy into something, turning into awareness. And one thing we've just tried to do is just openly talk about it, warn about the dangers of how dangerous these lawnmowers can be.
I don't think you need to tell us how dangerous a lawnmower is. Like, it's good that you're telling us how dangerous a lawnmower is and what damage it can be done to us, but I don't think it doesn't need an expert or a scientist to tell us that a lawnmower is deadly. Like, if you go and look at your lawnmower, I am 95% certain that there is going to be a warning label telling you to keep your hands away from the blade or something like that. There's definitely a warning label on these things telling you, hey, be careful, this can hurt you, this can cause severe injury, death, whatever. There's a label on it. So it doesn't really take a scientist to tell someone that these things are dangerous. Again, it's good that you're telling us that these things are dangerous and these things can cause very bad injuries, but there's a warning label on it. Anyone can go to a lawnmower and see that it's dangerous. Even if you don't see a lawnmower, you know it's dangerous, because a spinning blade going pretty quick, ran by a motor, it's basically just an airplane, dude. It'll cut you up.
And Sean and Melissa, both of you guys, I know have processed this a lot and dealt with it a lot. And individuals who go through something like this, you're the parents, you feel responsible, you're supposed to keep your kids safe, and that's where the guilt comes from. But absolutely, to sort of ward off that post-traumatic stress from impacting your lives in a more significant way, processing it and talking about it does help, and looking forward, right? And you bring awareness and helping to educate the public about this is a huge step in that.
I just want to say that I believe that God was with Rowan every step of the way. Mm-hmm. And God, our love, and the support, our amazing support team was the only way that we got through it. And every single person that was a part of his recovery is an angel. And every single one of their names is written in my heart forever.
Okay, so all jokes aside, I hopefully the family is recovering well from this. Hopefully the son of this family is recovering well from this. It's again, it's a horrific thing. Hopefully you never experience anything like this or similar to this. And again, if you're on a lawnmower and your kid is somehow attracted to lawnmowers or would like to go near one while it's being operated, just supervise your kid, or just tell them a story, a horrific story, or show them this video. Show them this video of the son of the dad accidentally hitting the son with the lawnmower. But I think the best one is to supervise your kids when there's a lawnmower being operated, especially at a young age, maybe around middle school, high school age. They probably won't be stupid enough to go near a lawnmower, but you know, there's a good amount of teenagers who would do that. But anyways, guys, that's basically it for this video. Before I end today's video, I'd like to say that I haven't really been able to get any videos out this week. Sorry about that. I was just sick. I felt like absolute shit. I felt like bleach was the only need to help me to stay alive when I was sick, because I was very sick to the point where I just did not want to operate my body. My body did not want to move. I just felt like complete shit. But also, I did a collab on with another commentary channel. His name is Destiny, and I did a collab with him. So in the description below, you'll be able to see the video I did with Destiny. And if you like his content, I would suggest subscribing to him. And a little warning before you watch that collab: I feel like I was a little too close to the microphone, so it doesn't, the quality, the audio quality does not sound the best. So if there's a little warning there. But anyways, guys, that's basically it for this video. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.